Alright, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm gonna start a new series called Backyard Adventures, and it's gonna be just me doing commentary over whatever video I want to do commentary over, and I'm gonna be talking about like childhood memories, and I'm talking about early childhood, like 4 or 5 years old, and the crazy stuff I did. Not really crazy, but the weird stuff I did, and really kind of stupid. And today I'm gonna tell you a little story about uh, when I was like what 4 or 5 years old. I don't really remember. Uh, Actually, no. Let's go back to my fifth birthday. I got my first bike ever. I had training wheels for like 2 weeks, and it was awesome. I got to ride around on a bike, and I felt like I was on top of the world. It was awesome because when you get that first bike, you think you can go uh, anywhere you couldn't go without a bike. So, and then about 2 weeks later, I wanted to take the training wheels off because training wheels actually make you go slower. Plus, they teach you how to kind of balance the bike. That's why they're called training wheels. But I wanted them off, and my mom at the time had a bike too. And what I would do is I would hold on to the back of her seat, and like with one hand on my bike and one hand on the back of her seat. Like I said, I was like 5 years old, so didn't really ride a two wheeler at the time, or I wasn't used to it. So I was just doing that for a couple weeks, and I finally got the hang of it. I was doing it by myself, and I felt like I was a boss when I finally got those wheels off, and I could do it. I could ride around on the bike by myself. I felt like a boss. So I was riding around, just swerving, and I really liked motorcycles too. And you know how when a motorcycle does a turn, it does that hard turn where it's like it's about to hit the floor, like the side of the bike is about to scrape against the ground, and that's what it looks like. I would try to do that, or I would try to replicate it on a two wheeler as a 5 year old. And I don't know if you know this, but a bike when you're five, like one of those small little toy bikes that have like flames on them, they're not as good as a bike from like Huffy, or I think that's what it's called, Huffy or Duffy or something like that, one of those big companies. And just because it looks nice doesn't mean it actually performs well and stuff. So I was doing that for a while, and I thought it was really cool. And I was doing it in the dirt to make kind of like a dirt trail because that was fucking awesome. Just like riding around in gravel and shit, and just making dirt trails with your bike, fucking sick. Especially when you're like 5 years old, it's awesome. So I was doing that, and I freaking fell off, and I scraped my knee, and I didn't even give a shit because like I never really cried when I was a little kid from like accidents. Like even one time I was at the playground at like I think 4 years old, 4 or 3 years old. I was in pre-K, and I had a cut, and I would take the band-aid off and like lick the cut because I thought it tasted like ketchup. So that's like a little weird, I guess, but I never really cried from being injured as a kid. I think the only time I ever cried was when I think I broke my leg or something like that when I was like 7 or something like that. I forgot what it was. I think I fell down the stairs and I broke my leg. No, no, I never broke my leg. Wait, never mind. Forget that. But I never really cried from injuries as a kid. So I wanted to get back on the bike, but my mom said I had to come in and get it wrapped up and disinfected and all that. And I couldn't go. I couldn't ride my bike for like the whole next week because my mom was afraid that I might fall off again or mess up my leg or my knee a little bit more. And it wasn't really messed up. It was just that I had a big ass cut. Like my whole knee was red. Basically, it was like my flesh wasn't showing or anything. It was just that I was bleeding a lot from my leg. So uh, my mom didn't want the cut to open up again. It's nothing big. Like I had to go to the hospital or anything. But since I couldn't go on my bike, I would go in the backyard, play with my dog or my uncle's dog who was staying with us at the time because he couldn't really take care of him. And it was a girl dog. It was a girl Rottweiler named Lady. He named her Lady. Yeah, that's clever, right? When you look back on it. And my mom had to go out of town, so my grandmother came over to watch me, and it was funny as hell because I was a smart mouth little kid, and I was the dog. I was playing with him. You know, I was letting her chase me around the yard and stuff like that because I thought it was fun. And she jumped on me, and I remember that day. Like she jumped on me, and I fell in the dirt, and I got up and I started kicking her. And I know it didn't really hurt the dog now, but at the time I thought it really hurt her. But I was only 5 years old, and you know, a 5-year-old kicking like a fucking what 190 pound to almost 210 pound girl Rottweiler doesn't really affect it too much. So she probably thought it tickled or something. But I was kicking it, and I picked up a twig or something or a stick, and I started hitting the dog, right? And then my grandma called me, and she's like, why are you hitting that dog? And I was like, cause she knocked me down. And he's like, if you don't stop hitting that dog, I'm gonna tell your uncle that you were hitting him. And I was like, you can't. And I was like, you can't prove that. You don't see him bleeding, right? And I was a smart ass little fucking kid, and it was awesome. Uh, so I was doing that. I even one time since I was bored that week and nobody was home, my grandma had to step out really quick to get something from the grocery store, something like that. And I took the tin pan from like the cover of a pan or one of those frying pans or whatever, and I put a whole bunch of bugs under that shit, and I fucking tried to light them on fire. Like I took a lighter and I think this was actually later down the road. Maybe when I was 7 I did this, but I don't really remember what age I was when I did these things, but it was freaking awesome. This commentary is coming to an end, and I don't really use Black Ops gameplay. I do have sniper gameplays. I think I have like 2 more, not that many, probably only 1 or 2 more. So don't expect to see too many of these. This was kind of a fail at the end here because I get this guy and I need 1 more kill, and I actually die 3 times before I get the last kill. I should have just turned out here and hard scope this guy instead of trying to quick scope and be fancy and stuff. But as you see in the timeline right there, I skipped past 3 deaths and I just call him my napalm and finish it off. Hope you enjoyed the first episode of Backyard Stories or Backyard or whatever. Leave a like, a favorite. It really helps my channel grow. And stick around and click on one of these 2 links for videos that I feel that didn't get enough views. I guess the top one is my 3rd episode because my 4th episode is coming out soon. And the bottom video is my last video, the video previous to this one. So, peace. Click on one of the links, check those videos out, and I'm out. Hope you enjoyed.